Hey, welcome to the show. We are Cynics of the Galaxy, and today we are. Um, we are. Why are you holding a watermelon?
Oh, well, because today we're looking back on my favourite films of all time, The Nightmare Before Christmas. And to celebrate, I thought I'll get in the Halloween spirit and buy a pumpkin.
So again, I must say watermelon. Why?
Oh, yeah, it kind of turns out pumpkins aren't really that easy to buy in the middle of August. So, I'll get the closest thing I could find.
Well, a watermelon is the closest thing.
Well, they have a lot of similarities. I mean, they're both big, they're both round, they both taste great in a smoothie,
Mm.
and they're both actually a fruit. I mean, that's why a lot of people think pumpkin is a vegetable, but nope, it is a fruit. You
Wow.
are wrong, everyone is wrong.
Wow, that's some pretty enlightening stuff there. Okay, so let's roll on with the episode with your pumpkin.
This is Halloween, pumpkins scream in the dead of night. This is Halloween, everybody make...
Hello, we are the
Hey.
Cynics of the Galaxy, and as you know by now, today we are looking back at one of my favourite childhood films of all time, The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, so we're going to give our thoughts and stick around because things are going to get pretty deep, got to say. So tell us about Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, Disney film from 1993. Why do I love it so much personally? I mean, when I was younger, my parents, introduced me to a lot of old Disney films, as parents often do, sort of upbeat, colourful, cheery movies like, The Jungle Book, Peter Pan, stuff like that. And then I came across this film, The Nightmare Before Christmas. And obviously, when you're young kids, I must have been about 4 or 5 when I first watched it. I just completely fell in love with it straight away. The art style, the visuals, just the way it was animated, the characters, the music. I just loved the whole theme. It was completely original, nothing like I've ever seen before.
Yeah, it's pretty unique, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the music I loved had a much darker tone to any animated movie I'd seen before. Everything was more morbid, twisted. I loved it. I mean, it probably explains why I've grown up to be such a weird individual as I am now.
Yeah.
I blame that film completely.
Now pay attention.
So, if you haven't seen it before, the plot is fairly simple. You have Skeleton Jack, the king of Halloween Town. He is bored being the Pumpkin King and doing the same thing year after year.
Being king must be so boring.
He feels his life is somewhat, he lacks meaning. So he walks off into the woods to clear his head. Then he discovers new places filled with trees, each tree decorated with a symbol of a festive holiday, such as Easter and Thanksgiving. He is intrigued by the image of a Christmas tree and goes in further to have a look. He then discovers the tree is a door that leads to a brand new land called Christmas Town, which is the complete polar opposite, no pun intended, to the world he currently lives in. Everything is bright, everyone is cheerful, happy, smiling, singing songs, baking cookies. He loves this new world so much, he wants to introduce the concept of Christmas to his friends back in Halloween Town. His plan is to take over Christmas, kidnap Santa so he can slip into the role, make and deliver presents to the kids of Earth, except the kids of Earth don't really like his presents that much. He ends up getting shots out of the sky, where he realises his mistake and he should stick with what he is good at. Meanwhile, Santa Claus has been captured by the villain Oogie Boogie, so Jack must rescue him so Christmas can return to how it was and defeat Oogie Boogie. There's also some side plots with love interest Sally, where at the end they decide they were simply meant to be or something. So yeah, that's the film. I said it was simple, I never said it made any sense, but it doesn't matter if the storyline doesn't make sense. The film takes you on a wild animated ride. It draws you in, it's the visuals, and at the time it was a very, very impressive film. It still holds up pretty well now.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of good things I like about this film. One of the things I always really enjoy about watching it back is just not necessarily the animation style, but just the colours and textures of all of the sort of graphics used. I don't know whether it's part graphics, part sort of material.
Stop motion.
Yeah, stop motion. Very well. But just everything feels really like you could reach out into the TV and sort of touch it, and it's it just feels more real. I mean, modern sort of CGI has come a hell of a long way, and there's some pretty impressive stuff. But this always holds its ground.
Yeah, for its time, early
90s,
it was great. I loved it.
Well, what have we here?
So yeah, I guess if I have some negatives to mention, I guess one of the things that really irritates me about the film is the constant singing.
You're joking.
It's just like,
it is a musical. It's meant
well,
to be.
yeah, but it's like you can forward some of the story without it being sung.
I mean, I get what you mean. Some films
Yeah.
have unnecessary songs, but if the songs are actually quite good and
Yeah.
catchy, then
I guess, but like, forward the film 20 minutes in, and you've got like a town hall meeting, and the song is just so painful to listen to for the majority of it.
No.
It is. You listen to the lyrics, and they're so
It's
poorly
not, the
put
songs
together.
are great. It's why the film, I love it so much. The songs are good.
Yeah, but they're not songs.
What do you mean they're not songs? They're
Because they're
songs.
not
They're singing.
catchy.
They got lyrics.
Yeah, but it's just like there's no need for some of it. Like
Are you not a musical fan? Is that it? Like,
I love musicals, but this is just not well made in my opinion.
Okay, well, whatever.
There's better ways to write songs, and just some of the lyrics. I mean, if listen to that song, like you guys at home, listen to that whole scene about 20 minutes in the town hall. Listen to some of the lyrics. They're just
There were objects so peculiar they were not to be believed. All around, things to tantalize my brain. It's a world unlike anything I've ever seen, and as hard as I tried, I can't seem to describe like the most improbable dream.
don't flow. It just feels very jagged and uncomfortable,
That's your opinion.
like sitting on a porcupine.
Well, that's your opinion. I mean,
Yeah, that's why we're here.
Everyone hail to the pumpkin soul.
there was a period of time where it annoyed me because, I mean, it's like somewhere in like the mid 2000s when the emo scene,
Oh,
it's
God,
like
yeah.
uprising, all these
Yeah.
scene kids, whatever you want to call them, and they kind of like adopted the film Nightmare Before Christmas and the character Jack Skellington as some sort of like unofficial emo mascot.
The God. of emos.
Yeah, it's like it's like they all had like Nightmare Before Christmas T-shirts and bags, and like
Pencil cases. And
beanie hats, whatever they had. It just kind of annoyed me because the chances are they probably never even seen the movie, or if they had, they probably didn't even like it that much. The only reason they were doing all this Night Before Christmas stuff is because they wanted to fit in and be cool.
Yeah.
Like, wow, all these emo kids are wearing Jack Skellington on their hats. I
yeah.
must buy a hat as well and be part of that
Yeah,
crowd.
exactly. Otherwise, you're not part of it.
And I don't know, it just annoys me. It kind of reminds me like when like when you see someone wear like an Iron Maiden T-shirt or
Yeah.
Rolling Stones T-shirt,
Oh, God,
and
yeah.
you look at them and you just know that person isn't into the band. It's like if you went up to them and was
or rock in general, you see some
Yeah.
really like hot girl walking down the street. She's looking good, and she's wearing a Rolling Stones T-shirt, and you think, you don't like this type of music. It's not you. Take it off in front of me, please.
and you just know if you went up to them, ask them to name a song, they probably wouldn't be able to name more than 3, if that. They're doing it just because.
What's
It's-
Iron Maidens?
Exactly, it's just a fad, isn't it? It's like, I don't know, it's just a personal pet hate of mine. When someone's only getting into something because they think it's cool, or they're just trying to fit in with everyone else, not because they're actually a fan of what they're wearing. It just kind of
Don't conform, people. That's the moral of
it
the
just
story.
kind of discredits the real fans, I think.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any Nightmare Before Christmas clothing myself,
Yeah.
but if I was to walk out wearing a Jack Skellington T-shirt, it would be because the film generally does mean something to me, and not just because I wanted to fit in with the millions of other fucking emo kids all trying to fit in, but associating themselves with something that they don't even like, and it's like,
I mean, it is nice to feel like part of a crowd, I guess.
whatever. That's just my thoughts. Sorry, rant over.
Yeah. So
Whatever. But no, back to the film.
Yeah, the film. Oh, the film. Of course there is. Yeah.
Yeah, the great film.
Yeah. So I guess I mean, to sort of conclude this, I think we can both agree that the film is pretty cool. I mean, one of the things that I always enjoy about it when I think about the film in general is that I don't really associate it as a Christmas film as such, which sounds really bizarre.
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's like Halloween, Christmas. What is it? Do you watch it at Christmas time?
It's
Do you watch it at Halloween? Do you watch it mid-November?
when? Just any time. But I think when you have the family all round, you don't think, oh yeah, let's stick on this film. It just doesn't fit into that category. But what it does do is
like unlike other Disney films, and you wouldn't
absolutely.
Bring around the family. You would bring your nan and granddad around. Let's watch this festive classic.
Exactly. But I think because it has that unique, unique place in our lives. So, and I guess, this is where I'm going to sort of take you a bit deep into why this holds a special sort of place in my heart.
Craig's Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, so be prepared.
Gather around, children.
Yeah, fasten your seatbelts because we're going on a wild ride into the mind of me.
It's going to be a disaster.
So as I was entering my early teens, I began to accept the inevitability that is death. And it would keep me, it's pretty, it kept me up a lot of nights. And that's sort of where this film fits in, really, because often when I'd be up and I just can't get myself back to sleep, I would go downstairs, watch some telly on like the most minimal volume possible. And then this happened to be on one particular time that I can think of.
What, on television?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
How old was you?
Oh, it must have been 14, 15, about that age.
Yeah.
So one cool sort of memory that holds pretty deep in my mind is that I would finish watching this film and it would just take the fear completely away from me, which sounds really bizarre because it's a film about the afterlife. But I guess, I think this film kind of glamorizes the idea of death in a way that we will never know what waits on the other side, but we can always imagine it. And because this film is so sort of fanciful on the afterlife, you kind of goes a bit crazy with it. It makes me realise that, I don't know what's on the other side to be scared of. I don't know and can't ever know what it will be, so how can I be scared of what it is? So,
Deep.
Yeah, and I think, they're having so much fun in the afterlife, aren't they? Like having cool songs and just like having weird stitches all across their body and like just being gross. And that sounds pretty fun to me. So
Sounds like a world I want to live in.
Exactly, yeah. I welcome the cold embrace of death. If you ask me, just get it over with.
We can make it happen.
Absolutely, and we'll film it and have it as an episode. So
stay tuned for next week on
absolutely.
Cynics of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
a family show.
Away we go. Alright, so Gary, now the episode's over, what are you planning to do with your pumpkin?
Oh, well, I've actually carved it into a jack-o'-melon.
Okay, please tell me you're kidding.
No. See? What do you think?
Ooh.
I've named him Larry.
Wow, he's something. That's a work of art right there, I think.
Really? Amazing. I'm going to find a candle to stick in him.
Oh, yeah, that sounds fun. You go do that. Whoa. Yeah, just bad fruit logic.